And yeah, so let's have fun with this. The Black Panther review, the latest installment in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Black Panther, it seems like it's going to be a big box office success, but how was the movie? Let's figure out in this fast thought, starting now. Okay, first take, just to preface everything else, I think Black Panther, in my opinion, is probably the most violent Marvel movie I've seen, at least of late. Winter Soldier was pretty intense in a lot of ways, but Black Panther, mainly due to there being not too many guns and a lot of hand-to-hand combat, it's just some of the scenes were shot. It was a little intense in many different places, and the main villain, Killmonger, is a rather intense character, which makes him kind of interesting. It makes him a very fierce and ruthless bad guy. Speaking of Killmonger, he's kind of the star of this project. Now, here's the thing. This is not going to be all about Black Panther, about T'Challa. He's in there. He's kind of the guide of the story in a lot of ways. But the story in so many ways centers more around Killmonger and Wakanda than it does around Black Panther. It's almost like Killmonger is kind of the main character of Black Panther. And it is an interesting setup because, almost all the pivotal moments of the movie center around Killmonger. And you don't even go too much into the past of T'Challa, the Black Panther. You go more into the past of Killmonger. You learn more about his decisions, his life, his opinion. It's not bad. It's actually a very emotional story. And actually, I'm going to go over my fast thoughts here because I want to give you a full review here. So, Killmonger, I think, was kind of the star of the movie. Not just he showed him. I don't know if he had more screen time or not, but he in every inch of screen time he owned it, and I thought it was really good. Michael B. Jordan was pretty good at the acting, and he was ruthless. Killmonger lives up to the name. He was ruthless, but at the same time, he was almost a sympathetic character. It was designed that way. It seemed to make him somehow sympathetic, because even at the end of the movie, he became a very sympathetic character. Now, another thing we can move on into, here's the world. The world was detailed. It was pretty detailed. You get to get a peek of what Wakanda's capable of, the technology they had, but it was kind of short-lived. We got to see a lot of aspects of Wakanda, but not very much of kind of the down-on-the-streets level. Only just like a few scenes were shot in the kind of just streets of Wakanda or the fields of Wakanda. Most of the scenes happened around like the science, I don't know if there's a name for it, science administration, whatever, the science lab, and then of course the throne room, the mining facility, military facility, stuff like that. We didn't actually get to see very much of the day-to-day people of Wakanda. We saw some of them, but it wasn't really that much compared to, say, Thor Ragnarok, where we saw a little bit of Sakaar, a little bit of the day-to-day, a little bit, but again, not so much. Now, here's the next thing, though. It was less an origin story, and I'm going to go back to my first point. This is not centered on Black Panther, in my opinion. I think it is more of a welcome to Wakanda movie. I think, for starters, they're trying to set up Wakanda as being a pivotal part of the Infinity Wars, so it's really just a way to it's almost like more of a story arc for Wakanda than is a story arc for Black Panther. It's more, okay, Wakanda's here, they're hidden, no one knows about them except like a few people, and we need to bring them out so they can play a bigger role on the Marvel Universe stage. And I felt like that was the more overarching story arc, because in the end, it didn't really matter so much what happened. It was just kind of different political stuff and of course, fighting and stuff like that. But then it was really designed to just kind of bring Wakanda to the point where, they can play a larger role on the stage. And I hope that's pretty spoiler-free. If not, I'm sorry. I hope you've seen it already. And that's pretty much my review. I went really over on the fast thoughts there. Sorry about that, but all the same, it was a pretty good movie. It's definitely worth seeing. I mean, it's an MCU movie. It was enjoyable, but here's my verdict when it comes to Thor Ragnarok versus Black Panther. Black Panther, it was a good movie. It was okay to watch and all that, but when I left the theater, Thor Ragnarok, I'm like, that was enjoyable. I loved it. I want to see it again. I didn't get that feeling for Black Panther. I'm not saying it's inferior. I'm not saying the writing or anything's inferior. It might just be the type. I mean, Black Panther was a little more dramatic, kind of, I don't want to say political drama, but it's in there. And then you have Thor Ragnarok, which was pretty, it didn't take itself too seriously, but it mixed in some really good moments in it. So it's kind of a matter of opinion there, but that's my verdict on that last one.